isn't stiff anymore. Okay, hello YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. This one is a kids film that came out back in the 2010s. One of the cutest little actresses I've ever seen. My dream girl. Josh knows who she is. That's Jade Pettyjohn. She's legal now, so this won't be creepy. This is one of her first films that she did when she was a little girl. And you have Ian Ziering and Kathy Rigby and Nia Vardalos from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Empowering a Celebration of Friendship, and that's not the title. Mckenna, Shooting for the Stars. Yeah, Shoots for the Stars. It's based on the American Girl franchise. A bunch of dolls that they made that were like kind of realistic. They weren't like monsters or Barbies or brats with big lips. No, they were just American dolls. Let's get to it. Now, I know you guys are probably not going to be in the chat because you're like, American Girl, I don't watch that. But it's fine. I'm going to do this for Jade. We're seeing the Universal logo again. A lot of people saw that a lot this year because you had Jurassic World and Minions and all that. And the next Fast and the Furious, which is coming on next year. But thankfully, it's not going to be as crazy as the last one. Here we go. McKenna Shoots for the Stars. Follow your inner star. Well, I'm not a guy. I'm a guy. My sister had one of these dolls for something she had to do. This is about gymnastics, by the way. I respect people that do that because it's not easy. A Deborah Martin Chase production. Because Gabby Douglas does this, and it was not easy, and she won a gold medal for it. There she is. Karis Dorsey, she was in that Alexander movie from 2014. There is that beautiful, beautiful girl. She's so young here. She was a little girl. But all these cute little girls turn into blossom. When they take care of themselves, they blossom into a flower. I can easily say that. They're female. What do you expect? They're supposed to be naturally beautiful on the inside and the out. And Josh never questioned my taste in movies because if they have a cute little girl in it that blossom into a queen, there's nothing wrong with that. My sister used to watch movies like this all the time when she was a little girl. So, Wow. Kimberly in Power Rangers was a gymnast. What did Catherine do? I don't want to talk about Catherine. We don't talk about her. Get up, get up, get up. A woman produced it, of course. Not Kathleen Kennedy, thankfully. There's no female agendas here. It's about girls balancing their personal life with their schoolwork. Two women wrote this, of course. It makes sense. Based on the McKenna stories by Mary Casanova. And she's a good actress, Jade. I've seen her in Big Sky, and she was amazing in that with Natalie Lind. Yeah, exactly. At least she's normal. She didn't grow up into a trashy woman like freaking Bella Thorne or a psychopath like Amber Heard. No, those are women that they need help. They need a lot of freaking therapy and psychoanalysis. Wow, that's amazing. I wish I could do that. An Asian girl. And you can have two people be the same gender and be close and not have agendas. Plus, this is a movie for kids, so. Hmm. Also, these girls are still female. They didn't change themselves because I'm just getting tired of that. I'm tired of actors and actresses and people that don't accept who they are. I'm a man and I'm not changing that. This isn't a non binary haircut. I'm male. I'm human. I'm not a mutant. And this is not a Disney movie. I'm not doing any Disney movies for the entire summer. No podcasting. Spider-Man is a Sony movie, and it's not really Disney. You can never tell. You can tell about that. Homecoming. I'm sorry that estrogen is so threatening to people nowadays. That's why with She-Hulk, Josh, I'm not worried. It's not going to be in the desert. It's not going to be subtitled. It won't have gay agendas. It has a kick-ass lead that's white now, not just another diversity hire. So it's something different. And I want different for every Marvel or DC or any project. Because when you give me the same thing, I don't want it. I don't want it. These kids are adorable. And I really like the kids in Thor: Love and Thunder. They weren't just there to crack jokes. They were kicking ass at the end. That was cool. I didn't want to say too much because, no spoilers for people that haven't seen it yet. Who are you, Sofia Vergara? Geminist? It's gymnast, not gymnast. She can't say words. Yeah. Gymnast, not geminist. Some people have a hard time saying certain words. They really do. You cute little girl. Cute, so cute. Seattle, Washington. Public Market Center. And this was back in 2012, 10 years ago. The world was way more subtle compared to now, where everything has to be thrown in your face. I'm like, if I want something thrown in my face, Taika Waititi, I'll watch Space Jam: A New Legacy because that movie out crazied anything you've ever done because it's got so many cameos and crazy things coming at your face that it threw people off. There's Nia Bardalos. Puppy Wuppy, a real dog, not CGI. I like to see real things, not fake. Real boobs, real dogs, real girls, real, not CGI all the time. Just saying. Eee. Kids are cute. Yeah, good thing you got the Sharknado movies because because Jade, I first saw her in School of Rock, but I only saw the first episode. I couldn't get past that because they wasted a lot of the talent in that show because it was a lesser version of the movie from 2003 with Jack Black. Def- A tutor. We all need help. Trust me. After 2 years of being in this house, 2.5 years during the pandemic, I needed to go out. I couldn't stay in the house because I have a life outside of this computer and outside of the internet and social media and all that. It does because you can't be dumb. When you're dumb, you don't get life. You end up sitting. You end up lying down in the couch, in the freaking Manhattan or on the floor. And I don't want to be a bum in the street. I'm better than that. Cute little pictures of her and all those medals she won. How cute that little creature is. Hmm. Elementary school, yeah, because this was 10 years ago. There's an Asian guy. It's science. Science is never easy. Trust me, I sucked at science and math when I was a kid. Well, not when I was a kid, but later on in life. Because I'm like, yeah. See, I look so much better without all that fuzz on my face. I like to cut that. See, she struggles in school. That's happened to me too because my attention was all over the place. I've been through this, so I know. And I'm a boy, but it's not that. It's the mind. The human mind can store a lot of information, or it can just escape you. Even as an adult, yeah. That little girl looks like she's 5. What's she doing in a science class for like uh, a fifth grader or something? I don't know what age she is. I don't know if it says it. Hmm. Yeah, because you can't cheat. Cheaters never prosper. I had that problem. Well, in some areas, not because I took the GED and I passed it because I studied really hard and I didn't get distracted by people and I wasn't on the internet that much back in 2004. Exactly. I don't understand some of the comments that these people leave on my channel. We're only 15 minutes into the movie and I'm already connected to this character. She is so sweet. Hmm. I know. And Karis Dorsey is also a good actress. She's not a supermodel, Josh, but she's a good actress and she's cute. I liked her in that Alexander movie because she showed so much personality in that movie, and there's so many characters in that movie. You have Jennifer Garner and Steve Carell, and you got the kid. The worst part of that movie was the kid that played Alexander. He was an Australian kid. I'm like, we get it. You're not American. Stop trying to remind me. Chris Hemsworth is Australian, but he's got a kick-ass voice. He can talk about anything and make it work. There she is. It's a girl in a wheelchair. See, the disabled person, but can actually act, and I don't have to do this. Just saying, guys. A young kid, yeah. Hmm. See, you can have a disabled person without it being distracting. Because when they can't talk, I'm like, it's a distraction. I'm sorry. I can talk and I can hear and I don't have to use my hands. Nowadays, they have to force the disabled person. Somebody's missing limbs or can't talk or is mute or has no eyes. I mean, what's next? You don't have to force it, or they're completely nuts. She's embarrassed because she's like, oh, this girl is in the library. You can be a good actress and not look like a supermodel because, like I said, if you're female and you accept it, that is good enough for me. No matter what age you are, that's uh, adults, 18 and up. It is just fine with me. I don't care about an age gap because, like I said, if I'm not committing any laws, I'm not in trouble. I'm not Bill Cosby, guys. I'm not R. Kelly. I don't. I'm not a predator. No, let's get back to the movie. The chat's dead, but hey, that's fine. I wasn't expecting a lot of people on this in a movie that's targeted for little girls. Yep. At least these people are acting human. They're not acting like cartoon characters. Kids don't need to act like cartoon characters. Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. They don't have to go. No, Jim Carrey does that better than anybody. He's like a living cartoon. You are so cute, you little girls. It's so sweet. Ugh. It's like McKenna Grace that was in Ghostbusters. Fantastic. She was. I really believe that she was related to Egon. Oh, my mom didn't even know that was a girl. She asked me, "Is that a boy or a girl?" It's a girl, just with curly hair and glasses. Because McKenna doesn't really look like that. She's a blonde, and she played Captain Marvel in a flashback. Yeah, me too. Where's my water? Where's my water? Oh, learning. Hmm. It's not rocket science. The guy. Yeah, he's there to babysit, not to work. 2 seconds? A kid cannot comprehend something in 2 seconds. Their brains don't work that fast. When kids saw Space Jam last week, when I went to go see it in the theater, they got the concept. Yeah, just go back. Man, she's more annoying than those goats in Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, it's a meme, guys. We get it, Taika Waititi. They're freaking goats that scream. It was a meme on the internet forever. And by the way, goats do not scream. Goats or sheep. Well, you were a little girl back then, Jade. Yeah, one of them is like, eh. I'm like, no, I can't learn something in 2 seconds. There's orgasms that last longer than that. I know, guys. This is not a podcast for kids, even though this movie is for kids. Because if Disney's not going to be subtle, I'm not either. Because I'm not. Because screw subtlety. You know. I'm like, yeah, and yourself. Maybe that's why Josh doesn't like me talking about girls' asses on Facebook. I'm like, first of all, I'm attracted to them, Josh. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm a heterosexual, and when I see a girl, what do you think my brain's going through? In 5 seconds, the dopamines kick in like a drug. It's like, and I'm like, brr. It's called reaction. It's something I do. Some people have a problem with that at the Alamo Drafthouse. Quiet doesn't mean you can't clap or cheer or laugh or experience it, you know? Be human. Don't be a robot. Just saying. And stop trying to see everything before me, Josh. I want to see things myself too, you know? I want to experience something without it being spoiled. Sometimes the internet just turns on me. With She-Hulk, I'm going to see the first episode myself. And then we're going to see what's up. Because I really need that. I need this. I need this more than you know. Because Moon Knight was a disappointment. I really enjoyed Miss Marvel, but if they focus more on Kamala and not all the other characters, that some of them are just taking up space. Well, let's get back to the movie anyway. The Asian girl. She is rocking this. Yeah. That's right, girl. Some of it is a stunt woman that can actually do the gymnastic because she looks bigger, but it's well done. It's not CG. If girls can do that, hey, I would date a gymnastic girl any day. Because can you imagine what she can do with me and when we dance or other activities? Oh, this is when she gets injured. It's already 12:28. We're about 25 minutes in. I'm fine with the chat being dead. I'm going to go back to the other podcast and edit some of the things because I guess 300 seconds is too long for some people. I can do maybe 90 seconds. It'll give me more time. That is amazing. How they can do flips like that with their bodies. I will never apologize for being attracted to females because that's what I am. And I work fast, guys. I don't have a year to wait for a girl to like me. I can, put on the charm in a few days or months, not a year. Because, like I said, she struggles a little bit. She's hesitating. I know Tom Holland can do this. Some of it, anyway. And she falls hard. Oh, and she's dead. Well, no, she's okay. She just got an injury. Plus, she's little, and her bones were her bones were trying to heal. You know, were growing. So yeah, that's what's hard about gymnastics. You have to stick the landing, or you can get an injury easily because you're using your bones in your legs and your feet and your knees. She's on crutches. Oh, yeah. Joey Chestnut won a hot dog eating contest while on crutches. That is a man that is a master of what he does. That's on Disney Plus, by the way, and you know it's a good documentary with him and Kobayashi's rivalry. She is so human and vulnerable. This is why I care about her character and not the hobo, because she's human. That hobo never gets hurt. She's like, I get a little scratch on my head and that's vulnerability? No. A poor little girl. Most of the actresses in these movies, you know that Caitlin Deaver was in one of these movies, Josh? Look it up. When she was a when she was a little girl, she did a lot of roles that were not, oh my god, I got raped. Oh my god, I'm gay. Oh my god, I'm a troubled youth. No, she had meaty roles even when she was a little girl. If you see Bad Teacher or one of the American Girls movies, she was in one. I'm not lying. Look it up. She wasn't a lead, but she was in it. You're so vulnerable. She feels hurt physically and mentally. That was her pride and joy. If Disney made Elsa gay, I would just rip that poster apart because I'm like, I don't want to support that. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I want to follow people. I want to follow people and characters that I actually can relate to. I can't relate to that. Look at me. These people act normal. They don't act like cartoon characters. Some of the movies there were less actors than others. Like the American Girl, Leah to the Rescue. The main chick, the Brazilian chick in that movie, is a cartoon. That smile is just amazing. It lights up a room, man. I know what to say to a woman. I'm not. I'm not. Trust me, Josh. I'm no R. Kelly. Or the other person. What was it? Uh, OJ or whatever. No, I'm not. I'm none of those guys because I know how to treat women. I don't take advantage. I'm not that stupid. I like my freedom. Being stuck in this house for 2 years was punishment enough. Professional women, yes. Asian girls, you know how I feel about them. I'm sorry, Haley Steinfeld can't be perfect and everything, but she's an actress. They can't perform miracles, guys. Just saying. Mm. Flexible females, I love that. If I only cared about looks, I wouldn't have friends that are female. Or two of the actresses that I favored, I treated them like women, and they didn't see an act. They saw me being genuine. That's why Olivia Wilde was smitten when what I said to her. Because I easily could have been a perv, but I didn't. I said something nice to her, and she smiled from ear to ear. Same thing with Amy Jo Johnson. I gave her a card. I didn't have to do that, but I did because I care about her so much. Yeah, dance is good. Hmm. Her schoolwork. Friends do fight, but they don't have to fight every day. With Josh and I, was just too much. I had to take a break in May because I was sick. You didn't get COVID. I did, and it sucked. I had to be stuck in my house for 2 weeks and not go out that much. I didn't go to the theater again until last week, and now this weekend I went. So, and I have no regrets. I got to eat well. I got to enjoy a movie. I laughed. It's more than I got with Eternals last year. Why don't you just say, "Oh, by the way, I'm meeting up with a tutor after school because I'm struggling with my work." Asking people for help is not being a pussy or weak. It's called guidance, which some people need more than others. That looks good. Foam. And I love that about her. Jade doesn't have to be Oscar worthy and everything. She's good at what she does, and she's cute as a button. And that's why I'm attracted to her, Josh. There's nothing wrong with the age difference. Back in 2012, it was a problem. Now that she's a woman, there is no problem here. Because I don't care what people think. As long as I show them who I am and what I'm attracted to, I ain't got nothing to apologize for. I have spoken. Yeah, that's how life is. It's boring. Me too. I need balance. I can't be stuck in the house all day and I can't see TV all day either. I got to take walks. I have to go to the theater. I have to go to the library. Sometimes I want peace and quiet. I don't want to hear fireworks and freaking people screaming outside. It just gets aggravating after a while. Mm-hmm. I know the feeling. I gotta put the fan closer to me. I could barely feel it. I'm not gonna pause it because I'm like they're just talking. This is more of a drama, like a family drama than the and you know. There we go. Much better. It's a lot closer. Plus, nobody's on the chat anyway, so. Because I like people that act human and don't act like binary codes. Why is she embarrassed? And Kirsty Dorsey is not a person in a wheelchair. She can walk. She was walking and she was dancing and she was high on cold medicine when she did that Peter Pan. Yes, Peter Pan was played by a woman on stage, not in the Disney version. But it didn't mean it was a transgendered. It's just that's how it was back then. They would get an actress with short hair to play Peter Pan. If you have the essence of the character, why does gender matter? It doesn't even come up. But certain characters should be played by men and certain characters should be played by women. It's just the way of the world. Because Captain Marvel being male or female, it does not freaking matter. Because Marvel has their female Captain Marvel and DC has theirs with Shazam. So I'm very happy about that. Ouch. Yeah, I know. That's why in Pokemon I've been taking it easy because I got to the Heatran part of the game, into Stark Mountain, and I couldn't even get to him. But yeah, but I'll get him next week. I did too. And she talks normal, no accent, no incomprehensible freaking vernaculars, just normal, plain English. There's nothing like it, guys. It's so much easier to comprehend than hearing 14 languages in a Marvel movie or show that just comes out of nowhere sometimes. I'm not watching Marvel to read. If I want to read, I'll read the comics. I don't want to read a show or a movie. You can tell your story without having making me read a whole freaking chapter. And I like her voice. Jade Pettyjohn has a very girly, very sweet voice. And again, I'm a man. What do you think that's going to do to me? You have beautiful hair, too. We're 40 minutes in. We're about halfway through. These girls work very hard in this movie. Plus, the gymnastics is after with the summer because usually the summer is in June for kids in school. They have the whole summer off, and some kids have to go to summer school. I did when I was not a kid, but when I was a teenager. Nice, that was really good. Sierra is really good in this movie. Like her flips are like on point, man. And a teacher that actually cares. The Asian girl's like, what is she up to? Because in Daphne and Velma, they weren't acting like real people. They were acting like cartoons. And I know they're based on cartoons, but you got to have some kind of humanity for me to cling on to. Just saying, a lot of the Marvel and DC movies had that. That's why I enjoyed Joker. Because while Arthur is a very flawed character and is mentally unstable, I got what his gist, Not his killing. I'm saying that I got what he was going for. He wanted to make people laugh, even if he had to force it. But still, his story was interesting. That's why he won an Oscar, 2 Oscars, and got made over $1 billion. No DC movie has done that since. Yes, we. Wow, she could spider walk. That's hard. That is hard to do. There's some people that are really thin that can't do that. And she fell. What are you, a Power Ranger? Friends don't keep secrets. It's just some things I just don't want people to know about me because they don't need to know every little bit about me. Ooh, that was harsh. That's not easy to do. I've walked my dog before. Hmm. Conference. I've heard that one before. Yeah, women in business meeting. So you could tell a story without being preachy. Just saying, guys. I'm tired of Disney doing that. We get it. You have female characters that have periods. I don't need to. You don't have to dwell on that. This movie never mentions that because it's a kids movie. And it's at least, and there's no CGI in this movie. It's all outside or indoors, and it's real locations. Sometimes I just miss looking at a real something that's really there instead of a bunch of CG like Way of the Water, where it doesn't look real. It looks like a video game, and it's not getting better with every trailer. Every time I see the trailer, I cringe. Thankfully, I won't have to see the trailer for a while. A waterfall. Thunder and lightning. National Forest, yeah, real forest. There's no CGI backgrounds here because they didn't have a big budget. They had just the cast, the locations, and for the the gymnastic costumes and all that. That's around it. Hmm. Yeah, they speed up the footage a little bit. Yeah, she did it. Plus, she's a disabled person that actually is a character. It's not a freaking. It's not a like a. It's not dwelled upon as much, and also she's likable. She could have been miserable, but she's not. Even Xavier, when he's in a wheelchair, has more personality than when he was walking and being a douchebag in first class. Beautiful. She can't. She's not blind. What's next? A blind Avenger? I don't need to see that. We already got that with Daredevil. So, yeah, I get it. It's a force of nature. See, they're doing normal summer activities, camping, tracking, what was it called? Not tracking. Well, she's in a wheelchair, but so I would say McKenna's jogging in a way, in a little way. Those little girls are so cute. See, there's a lot of humanity in this movie, and I miss that in movies nowadays. Everything's got to be so woke and so preachy and get it? Yeah, I do get it. We're almost an hour in. See, they're bonding. Yeah, I've been there. Hmm. The place in quotation marks. A Little Princess. I saw that movie. She. I get that. You see my battery. 56%. England, no. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of. Trust me, there's films I've seen that I have to see multiple times to get it. Fist bump. Hmm. Yeah, she is fearless. She did a movie like this and then did a really dramatic ABC show where she gets attacked by a grown man. Yeah, I got through it mostly. I haven't finished it yet. I'll try to stream it on Disney Plus because they don't censor it there because it's ABC, which is owned by Disney. But it's not a Mickey Mouse show. Trust me. Real life. This should have had special features. Mm-hmm. Ouch. Hmm. Mhm. Yes, you can. The movie's almost over, so yeah, it's not very long. I wanted to do something short. At least when it's over, I could finally put it away for a while. I like this movie. I really do. It's not meant for guys. I know that. So he got a B plus. Good grade. See, they're close. They formed a bond, and they're the same gender, and yet it's never dwelled upon. There's no questionable antics in this. People can be friends and be the same gender. It doesn't matter. Like I said, that doesn't even come up. That's why I enjoyed Luca because it was human. They didn't act like gay people. They acted normal. So they have a flashback of their good times together. You're a beautiful girl, Jade Pettyjohn. You're beautiful. If I meet you, I will say that immediately because you're such a talent. I hope you live a long, long time. Therapy center. Real horses, yeah. I know the feeling. Yeah. At least I'm not gonna have car sickness today. So it's a good heartfelt movie. That's it solves problems without having to shove it. Oh, plastic bag. Oh, plastic bags. They usually ban those now. In 2012, they didn't know. Got startled because of a plastic bag. That's why they should be thrown away. That shouldn't even be there. What was that plastic bag doing there? Yeah, I don't want something bad to happen to Josie because if she got hurt and then couldn't move, but was paralyzed, that would have sucked. That would have made the movie really depressing, and I don't want depressing. Not this summer. That should have been in the garbage. Plastic. Whenever I open a DVD or Blu-ray, the plastic always goes in the garbage or the recycle. At least the chat, yeah, was kind of empty, but that's fine. I was kind of expecting that, but I wanted to rewatch this. It's been a couple years, so you're not a loser. Amber is a loser because she did something that she could have avoided. That's why you don't marry somebody 20 years older than you and or 25 years older than you and you don't know what to expect. Cute. See, they patch things up. Sierra's a good character, and she's not the main character. Encourage, confidence, achieve. I know, ring rust. The parents pretty much disappear in the rest until the end of the movie because Ian Ziering was doing Sharknado and Nia Vardalos was doing that sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wedding, so she kind of disappears. It's like when I went back to the theater last year. I was not used to being in an auditorium full of strangers with a mask on my face after a year of not being in the theater, and I missed it. Yep, because it's true. See, I know. See, I said, look at that face. I'm not. I know I'm not talking a lot. It's just that there's nobody here. 1996. I was 11 when that happened. When Kurt Angle won a gold medal in wrestling, in amateur wrestling. That was in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I didn't see the Olympics that year, but I heard of it. It was everywhere at that time. Wow. I know about balancing my life. When I was in college, I was doing plays and working on my schoolwork at the same time. Wow, that was impressive. Because excuse me, that I want to see actresses that can actually act, not just read lines from a script and just do it. That they can show their humanity. They can show how feminine they are without overselling it. They show, don't tell. Yeah, Ian Ziering kind of disappears in this movie because he's the male character in this movie, but he's not in it that much because Sharknado was right after this. Yeah, it's like me reading these comic books. I don't feel like reading. They feel like I'm being sent into another world that's on the page and not on the screen. We're an hour and 12 minutes in. It's just a part of your life, not your only life. That's nice. Yes, you are, Jade. Always. You can act. You can sing a bit as well, and you're very beautiful. So and you're female, which is a lot. That is more than I can ask for. Let me say, because like I said, nowadays girls act so tough they don't even act like women. They just act like tough dudes. Yeah, you have to have a balance. Yes, sir. This is the third act of the movie, so. Hmm. Hmm. And she was the reason that Josie didn't end up getting hurt again. There's a lot of love in this movie, a lot of hugging, and a lot of kissing, on the cheek and whatever. Yeah, because that's what I'm just missing in a lot of movies nowadays. What secret? That's not all that matters. Is trying your best at what you do. And if you have a passion for something else, go for it. I didn't know about YouTube how important it was going to be for me until I started doing it in 2013. And I'm not quitting because of some drama on Facebook or Twitter or something. No, I keep going. hmm Because then the ending will be anticlimactic if you don't. And that's why girls have to put a hair bun or have short hair because long hair can get in your eyes and you can get distracted. Because I don't care if a girl could do one flip or no flips. If she's human and female and understanding, that can go miles compared to other girls. Just saying, it's amazing. This go girl, nice, nice. Wow, these girls are superstars. You have to be very flexible to do that. You notice that there's no plus size characters in this movie, mainly because it's hard to do gymnastics when you're a certain weight. You have to be a certain weight because then you'll break the bar. It's not being fat shaming. It's just that there's certain requirements. I'll say, but it doesn't mean plus size girls can't be sexy or be talented because I've seen it. Wow, look at that flexibility. This was fun to revisit after a couple years. I had to do it. I know guys weren't watching it. They gave me 3 thumbs up, but no, not a lot of views. It's fine. I get it. Not every live commentary is going to have like 150 views. It is what it is. Dun, 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 dun. These girls are amazing, I must say. I don't even watch the Olympics, but I know that girls that can do this, yeah, they got the power, man. They do. No matter what. Show the world what you're made of. We're an hour and 23 minutes in. The movie's almost done. It's like 90 minutes, but without the end credits, probably 85 or 86. This was a nice, calm podcast, even though nobody saw it, but they could see it later. I regret nothing. This is something I wanted to do. Whether one person is watching or a million people are watching. Move those feet. In slow mo, do you slow mo the right way instead of just doing every shot like that, Zack Snyder? That is great. She's like, wow. She nailed it. Mm-hmm. Here's the results, and then the movie's over. Because I had to wear headphones. There's copyrighted music in this movie, so. But she's going to say no. She's going to decline because she's going to be like, I want to dance. She did it. She defied the odds. It's a good movie. It's a heartfelt movie doesn't shove it in your face, and also it's not overly dramatic. Like some movies are so painful to watch because of how dramatic it is, and I'm like, we get it. People have to go through struggles. I go through it every day, guys. Going to the theater is a struggle because going in that car, every time I go in the car, my stomach just is tossing and turning. And I only suffer motion sickness from a car, not from a plane or a train or a bus or any roller coasters. No, those I can stomach. Those are a few minutes or seconds. But a car ride can go on for way too long. I'm proud of Jade for doing such great work at such a young age. When she was a little girl and and now as an adult. It's what you wanted. See, Disney is not the only company that can do heart. Universal, when they act human and like superheroes, they can have heart. So can Warner Brothers or Summit. Yeah, you know, even A24 can do some heart when it's done well. See, humans acting human, which is that nowadays that's hard to find in 2022. People act like robots. That was not the reaction I was expecting. She screamed like somebody was attacking her. It's a lot of hugging in this movie. No, it's not. I agree with that. My YouTube channel would not gone past one subscriber if it wasn't for people like Tevya and Josh and all you guys. Because yeah, we have our disagreements, but we support each other. That's why our channels are thriving, while others shut down and never came back. And I'm the only John Avenger on YouTube, so it's a good speech and it's short. It didn't go on for 5 or 10 minutes like some movies that they don't know when to shut up. Just group hug. And that's the movie, American Girl, 91 minutes long. So that was the movie. Yeah, I know there was no one in the chat. That's fine. You'll see this later when it's uploaded. I wanted to do this movie. It's cute and it's definitely a good movie for kids. Nothing offensive in it. It's very harmless. And I still like the movie. I still think it's a good movie for kids and for empowering girls without shoving it in your face, which is what I miss that now about movies. They want to preach too much and they don't want people to breathe. Okay. There we go. So that was Mckenna Shoots for the Stars. Good movie. If you never watched it, you can stream it somewhere if you're interested. Mainly if you're a girl. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. And for who watched it, and I'll see you in the next one.